In this video, we're going to learn about select focus area and select color range, which are two other tools you can use for making selections in Photoshop. So what we'll do is we'll turn off this Andrew legs layer and turn off the background layer. We'll just turn on Andrew arms here. For right now, let's just focus on this back right arm of Andrew's. So with this layer selected, I can go to Select, and we'll start on Focus Area. So if I go to Select Focus Area, it will make an automatic selection based on what the program thinks is in focus by comparing the contrast of the pixels. And to show you more exactly, because it was kind of a white background and then a white preview mode, you can see that it cut out everything besides Andrew here, which is great. Didn't do a perfect job. It didn't get this area inside of his fingers. It didn't, I don't know, like the borders don't look super, actually they look fine, but let's see how it looks when we bring it into Select and Mask. Go Select and Mask, and you can see here that these edges aren't great. Around the fingers, it's not great, but we can do some things in Select and Mask to make that better. So we can add a smart radius of 1 pixel. We can smooth it out a little bit, and this will probably be really noticeable, like right here on the arm. If I smooth that, looks much better. Yeah, smooth it out a little bit, and then shift the edge inward a little bit. And that looks awesome. And then what we could do is we could just go to the Refine Edge Brush tool. If I go in here and try to get that out, it's not really working too great up here. Worked great there, but then around here it's having problems. So you could go in and paint that mask, refine it a little bit better. We'll cancel this because I'll show you another thing we can do, which is select color range. So again, we'll focus on this arm, select, and then choose color range. And now we can choose what color range we want to select. So what I'll do is I'll select the background, because the background is more uniform than our subject, right? He has all these different colors within his skin tone, his clothes, his hair, but the background is all generally white. So if I select that and then bring the fuzziness down, you can see this is basically a preview of our mask. So it's doing a great job. And then using Shift, or I guess I can use these tools on the side, I can add more colors to that to say bring in all these colors. And then I can bring out these colors where it's showing a little bit of lightness in his arms. Okay, so we'll work with that. Click OK. Click Select and Mask. Oh, so select, then go to Select and Mask. If ever you don't see Select and Mask as an option, that's how you get to it. We'll invert the selection, and now here we are. And you can see that compared to the Select Subject area, or Focus area, or something like that, it's a lot more specific. So like some of these details in the background are in focus, or are in the selection. So you can then just go through and clean this up with the Refine Edge Brush tool, just around the border. Okay. Usually before you do any of the finer adjustments, you want to play with your global refinements. So let's do that. We'll feather it a tiny bit, maybe like 0.3. And then we'll shift the edge inward. Let's get rid of all the white halo around here. Okay, so you can see here it's done a way better job at cutting this out. So now, if we click OK, create a new layer mask out of this, you can see down here it gradually becomes less and less masked out. But right here, remember we're focusing on this arm. Looks pretty good. And I can turn on these background colors layers to really get an idea of what it looks like cut out. So that looks pretty good. If we're just looking at this back arm here, that's like a great selection right there. And it was pretty quick. And Photoshop did a lot of the work for us. And I'm really happy with that. So that's how you can use the select color range and select focus area options in Photoshop.